All right, sounds good. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Samys and SanDisk, for putting on this event, and Nikon as well. My name is Dave Black. I'll be your instructor and host for the evening. We have a wonderful program lined up for you here. The class is called Creative Light and Action, and we will be working with long exposures, somewhere around 6 seconds and up to about maybe 12 seconds. And just depending on what kind of illumination we're working with. I'm also working with the ProPhoto B1s or B1Xs, you know, either one works great. And we have them in a studio here. I don't know if you can see behind me, but it's all dark relatively. And we will spend most of the evening in the dark because of the long exposure times. And we will be recording both the golf swing of a young golfer that we have. Her name is Haley, not to be confused with my daughter, whose name is Haley. My daughter Haley is, you probably are familiar with her from the AMA Monday shows that we do on my Instagram. And that's the first Monday of every month. Haley is doing the sort of switcher board. So we have 3 different camera views. We have my camera, which is taking the pictures, and as soon as each picture is taken, that picture will pop up on your screen so that you can see just how the picture turned out. And then I'll critique it sort of on the spot there and try and figure out what to do for the next one. We have this view right here where I'm just looking at you, and I will talk about some of the equipment that we'll be using. And then we have an overall view. I don't know if Haley can even show that one, but that includes Haley and our setup in general. Just keep in mind, a lot of it's in the dark. So it's like, gee, what is going on? And then all of a sudden the picture's going to come up. But don't worry, it's still a work in progress, so to speak. Anyway, some of the equipment that I'll be using tonight, I currently am using the Nikon, as I am a Nikon ambassador. I have to take a bow, you know, for that one. The Nikon mirrorless, the Z7 II, that is my camera of choice right now. I have a couple, 3 of them. So really like them a lot. I'm very much looking forward to the new Z9 that may be coming out shortly. I think here pretty soon. Can I say this? I don't know. Can I? I don't know. Nikon's not here, so I won't even ask them. But I'll just, I think some people were testing it.
Good idea.
Tokyo Olympics here lately. That was usually the protocol for Nikon, is to, at the Olympic Games, you know, test one of their new cameras. And so I think there's a lot of good things that Nikon users can expect. But I'm sure a lot of you use all kinds of different cameras. What we're going to be doing tonight, it's great if you have mirrorless camera, but it doesn't matter because I started doing these with the DSLRs. So whatever camera you have is likely going to work very well for the kind of process that we're going to be going through tonight. First of all, here's some of the equipment. So I'm using the camera, the Z7 II mirrorless. And then I have a 24 to 70 millimeter lens on my camera. That's an f4, and it's of course a Z lens, the Z mirrorless lens. And then we have the other 2. The widest shot we have is done with a Z50. And then there's another Z7 II that has, I think it has 24 to 200 millimeter lens on there. And that is what's on me right now, which is I think 70 millimeters. The other piece of equipment we're going to use, I said, was ProPhoto, the B1s. And on those ProPhotos, I've actually attached the grid system they have. You can buy a grid kit for the B1s and the B1Xs. And that has a 30 degree, a 20 degree, and a 10 degree grid in there, all 3 grids. I have actually taken the 10 degree and 20 degree, sandwiched them together in the bracket, and then placed that on the front. And that's going to, like any modifier, it is going to narrow the light down. It's going to keep the flash from spreading all over the studio. And even though we've blacked out the walls with black cloth and so forth, still I want to concentrate the light, almost like spotlight, on the subject. So each strobe, there's one at each end of, I don't know if we can go to camera 3 there, whatever. And we have, you can see one, let me give a flash out of that one. There it is. And directly opposite on the other side of the wall is another B1. There it is. They're exactly the same. The power is exactly the same. We're at about 3/4 power, 7.5 on the B1 scale. And so we're not at full power, right? That would be the equivalent, I think, if you had, I mean, you could do this with speed lights. You absolutely could do it with speed lights. And what I'll be doing is triggering the B1Xs, the Pro Photos, with the test button that's on the remote that they have. So I can actually take a shot in the dark, long exposure, let's say 6 seconds. And while our golfer is, kind of slowly swinging, and she'll be doing these sort of what I call slow motion. It's like Tai Chi golf, it's like slow motion golf. And I can actually take a picture anytime during that, 6-second or 10-second or 12-second exposure time. That's sort of the basics. Now the club itself, we will kind of light up 2 different ways. I think we're going to start with LEDs. See if I can get these guys going here. These are just pen lights that I use. They're made by Streamlight Company. They look like that. They are gaffer taped right to the shaft of the club. Won't you see those when we take the flash shot? Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Hold your horses, so to speak. These LEDs, they're about maybe 70 or 80 lumens. They're not very strong, just a single LED. And I just turned them on completely. They're just taped along there with a little gaffer's tape. So during the actual swing that she's going to be doing, and it's a slow motion swing, we'll see the trail of the golf club going all the way around. Then as she finishes and in the finishing position, flash, we'll trigger the flash, trigger the B1s, freeze her in that piece of action. Most of what you're doing, once you get this whole system set up, you become more the director, which is really kind of fun. If you're not used to doing lighting, anytime you start incorporating light into your photography, you end up being a director. You start having the athlete do things. You have to kind of coach them through things. We're going to go over the hurdles. Well, can I stand here? Can I do it there? Can you go over the hurdle this way? Can you make sure you don't, when you finish your swing, Haley, don't have your arm in front of your face because we want to see you, right? So we want to make sure we see her face, right? These kinds of pictures, although not necessarily action at an event for like editorial coverage of a golf tournament, this is what's done for like Sports Illustrated or Golf Digest or ESPN or whatever, for like a cover shoot or a feature on a particular athlete. In this case, we have a golfer. So if any of you out there, raise your hand if you do senior portraits. I see about 5 or 6. Anyway, if you do senior portraits, this is like epic. If you kind of do this, if you take one of your seniors out and say, well, let's get your portrait, but you're an athlete, why don't you bring your golf equipment along because you're the captain of the golf team, and let's go ahead and do some of these. I mean, they will flip out. You will become famous. They will write songs about you, as they say. So there's a lot of possibilities for this kind of photography and especially this kind of creative shoot. So the LEDs is one way we'll kind of light it up. The other way we're going to light up the club is with a glow stick. And this one's not glowing very much. It's been glowing for a couple hours now. We did some tests earlier today. But they're just the glow sticks that you get, Party City. People go, where do you get those glow sticks? It's like Party City. I mean, that's a great name, isn't it? Where do you buy your equipment? Party City, right? So you get Party City. They're not that expensive. This is about as cheap of illumination as you can get, but it adds color to the club going around. And some people want to know, when did you start doing this kind of work? I said, well, I've been doing light painting for over 20 years now. We actually will do just a little bit, I think at the very end of this, a little bit of light painting as well. But that just, we'll see how much time we have. Okay, we should kind of get started. I think as we get going, it'll make a lot more sense to you. That's sort of the gist of it. And I'll bring the other club in right now. I'm waiting because I've got a couple of glow sticks that I'm going to start up fresh. But we are going to begin with Haley and just her regular club and get her used to just, her and me working together, coaching her a little bit. So I'm going to turn off the LEDs on this club, set it right down here. That way I don't, the LEDs here won't contaminate the scene by being too bright. We found that out earlier. We didn't want that happening. We had an exit door here in the studio. We had to kind of cover that up a little bit at the bottom. We didn't want any light leaking in there, and we had to cover up the exit signs because the red was sort of causing the athlete to look all red, so we had to cover that up too. If you're ever covering up an exit sign, please take extra care. The fire marshals probably aren't real big on that one. But a FedEx envelope is exactly the same size as the exit sign. So up goes FedEx, take it down later. We all know where the exit is. It is 10 feet that way. Anyway, there you are. Okay, let's get going. Here we go. All right, Haley and Haley. Haley, why don't you grab your club? We're going to introduce Haley to everyone, and I'll get out here with you. Come up here, young lady. There we go. This is Haley, right? Say hi, gang.
Hello.
There she is, right? She is a good golfer, and we have requested that she practice slowing her swing down so she can do a nice, smooth, slow motion swing. That's pretty easy for anyone that's golfed for a while. In fact, if they're taking lessons, lots of times the instructor will have them do that. But you kind of break this down. We're going to slow it down so that if the club moves too fast, then the LED lights or the glow sticks, they don't record. They don't have enough time to kind of, record in and illuminate the picture a little bit.
Yeah, Dave, I was going to ask if you could give us some examples. Are you ready for this?
She said she would. Yes.
I was going to ask if you could give us some examples of.
I can't hear any of it, so.
Of motion that's too fast or slow, or I'm guessing during the event you will give us that guidance, correct?
Probably now. I don't know. We will. We will absolutely do a too fast and a too slow, won't we? Mm-hmm. Yes, she will. She said she will. She's very accommodating. So it's great. How much are we paying you for this? Oh, she is getting paid actually. So anyway, so we will do that because bad examples are a great way to learn on things. It's sometimes as photographers, we don't want to do anything. We want to have it come out perfect every time, but we will definitely do that. So this is Haley. My Haley's over there. This is Haley's friend, Haley. She is going to take her mark. And what we have over here, I've already placed 2 small squares of blue tape so that she can see where her mark is. Once I pre-focus on her, on the mark, if she returns to the mark, which she will, then she will be in focus again. So I don't necessarily have to focus again and again and again, which takes up quite a bit of time for the class. You might do that at home. If you're in your garage and you set up black drapery and all this, and you're going to do someone with a tennis racket or their golf club or whatever, baseball bat maybe, you can go ahead and refocus every time you do it if you'd like. But for our purposes here, I'll just say, Haley, take your mark, and we know that it'll be focused enough for us here tonight. Otherwise, we'll be here till next Thursday. So we don't want to do that. All right, Haley's on her mark. My past experience tells me that we're going to start just with her regular club there. Let's see. But I'm going to set it on a 6-second exposure time, which I'm going to start kind of prepping her for the LEDs. The exposure is going to be ISO 1000, 6 seconds at f5. That gives me a little depth of field. That'll be enough depth of field to have her whole body, sharp. But not so much that maybe we see wrinkles or something in the black background. They should just go jet black anyway. But just in case, it's always a good idea. My white balance is set for the strobes. They're just set at daylight. I'm at 5,000 Kelvin or daylight balanced, right? Because the strobes are daylight balanced, as are the LEDs. The LEDs are daylight. They're a little kind of on the cool side of daylight. In other words, they may turn just ever so slightly blue, but not by much, not by much. The first thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna pre-focus on her. I have a ring light here, right? This is not actually like an official ring light, is it? I don't know, is it? This is like your selfie ring light. This is like a selfie ring light. This is what we use for AMA Monday, our AMA Instagram show. But here it works great. And so I'm going to focus on her. Bring it down. There's a nice exposure of her. I use back button autofocus. I press the AF back button. Bingo, she's it just locked right in on her. Back button autofocus, I take my thumb off. She's now, the focus is now locked. AF is locked. And I'm using a single point AF, single point autofocus. Now I go back to my 6 seconds. There we go. Let's turn off the ring light. There you go. The first thing I'm going to do, Haley's not going to have to do anything. She's just going to stand there in the dark. You know, how nice is that? We're paying her for this. I'm just going to let the camera run for 6 seconds. There's my exposure. All I want to see is there any light leaking into the studio or maybe your basement or your garage? All right, the picture just came up and very faintly, I can just barely see like her white skirt and maybe a little of the pink there. And I think it's probably from the lights on our switchboard here. The switches, Haley is operating to switch the cameras. That little tiny bit is not going to bother us. That little tiny bit will not bother us. So we are ready to go now, Haley. Now the ProPhoto system, if you don't use it for a couple of minutes, because I've been talking for 10 minutes now, the units tend to go to sleep. So I told Haley that I will give her Haley, I'm going to do a test shot. And I trigger the test button. Nothing happens because they've gone to sleep. Now they should be awake. Test shot. There she is. All righty. I'm going to take, in fact, you can just stand there, Haley. You can just stand there. And I will just take a flash shot of you as we go along here. Ready, set. I start my 6 seconds. And I can take the shot by triggering the test button. There it is. She's flanked kind of by the flashes, one on either side. Ooh, we got a little flashing highlight off of her white skirt and her white visor. I think what I'm going to do is go to, instead of F5.6, I'm going to go to about F6.3. Say again? Yep. Oh, that's a good question. Let's find out. I will blink. Let me do that. Let me just get in there. There she is. Pretty sharp, maybe not perfect. Let's turn the ring light on again. Dial that down. I'm going to go down to her skirt and pick up more contrast. Now let's try it. Ring light off. 6 second exposure. Test shot, or test flash actually. There it is. We're now at ISO 1000, 6 seconds at F6.3. Start the exposure and flash. There it is. She's in the darkness. She could actually move around and walk away if she wanted to. Let's see what that does. Ah, that's a better exposure. Still a little flashing highlight. I'm not so sure. I'm worried about it that much. Right on the hands, looking pretty good. Whoops. Bring that back. All the way in, looks pretty good. Good. Haley, are you ready? We're actually going to make a picture. Let's go to top of the backswing. This is a 6 second exposure. Top of the backswing, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Flash. And there's her finished swing. See what that looks like? Looks pretty good. Let's try another one. So some of the pre-stuff we're doing is kind of a, you want to get acquainted with your model, want to get acquainted with your athlete. We've already done some things, but I want to walk everybody through it just the way I would normally do it and start. Let's do this again. Top of the backswing. Atta girl. And ready, set, go. Boom. I press the shutter. 3, 4, 5, and done. Ooh. Nothing. How come? I know why. I was too late with the flash. I was too late. So the shutter had already closed after 6 seconds. And then I, didn't get anything. Let's try it again. Top of the backswing, test flash. There we go. Let's try again. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3 at the bottom, 4, 5, 6, flash, done. And there she is. So she's kind of standing in space. We still have that little bit of a highlight flash there. I think I'm going to go to F7.1. That should take it away. I'm going to refocus again. I don't like what I'm seeing here. Let's see. Yep. Ring light. Let's see here. Let's do this. I'm going to go to I have been at single point AF. And I think I'm going to go to pinpoint. See what that does. And on the club. Good. Let's try that. I think probably it's a really good point. I think the hardest thing we are going to do here is focusing. Every class I've ever taught seems to have, it's difficult to get used to being in the dark. Low light situation. There really isn't any much contrast because the light is directly hitting her right now. And when I teach classes, I find, boy, I need to refocus. I need to refocus. Don't get discouraged. I do too. I do too, as we're doing right now. Let's, okay, let's go back up to the top. Let's do one more like this. Let me go back to 6 seconds. There we are, 6 seconds. Ring light out. Top of the backswing. Ready, set, go. And start the shutter. 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Very good. Very good. Even the hair, the strands of hair on your what is it? It's not a ponytail, it's braid on your braid. Oh, a smile on the end of the swing there. I like that. Okay, I like that. How's the flash? Is it like really tough on you?
That made just a quick comment that
Yep.
the back of your camera is in focus, just routing through Zoom makes it look a little less quality.
Yeah.
So it does look sharp. So just
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good to know. We are still getting used to live streaming and all the intricacies of it. Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's do a couple, let's do a multiple exposure. We can do multiple exposures with this. We are not even going to illuminate the club yet. But Haley, what I'll do is I'll do maybe 2 or even 3 flashes while you're doing the slow motion swing for 6 seconds. Okay, let's go to the top of the swing. Let's do a test flash. There it is. Top of the swing, look good because I'm going to flash you right here at the top. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, bottom, 3, 4, 5, and finish. Bingo. So I got 2 flashes off before the 6 seconds ended up. We get a little bit of overlap there, right? Multiple exposure, there it is. It's really not a multiple exposure, it's a single exposure. But because we're flashing it 3 times using 3 separate flashes, or 2 separate flashes right now, then we see the figure. So let's see, we need, I'm gonna give myself another second or 2. Okay, we're now at 8 seconds.
At what point do you trigger the flash, and is it a lot of trial
You know, it can be a lot of trial. It is a lot of trial and error. I think this sort of process is very much like an experiment every time we do it. I would say that if you know something about golf, I know what the top of the swing should look like. Then I'm kind of the third, second one would be the impact with the ball, even though the ball's not there right now, but we could place a ball and have a ball there. And then the follow through, I'm just sort of watching her, and my eyes have adjusted a little bit here in the dark, so I can actually see pretty much what's going on. But that was a great question, a really good question. Just trial and error, figure it out, study your sport a little bit so that you know what might be the best position of golf to be photographed in, or doing the hurdles, or swinging a baseball bat, whatever it might be. Let's try it again. I have 8 seconds now. You just keep doing the same thing and I'll count out loud and see if we can sneak it in. Ready? Oh, test flash. Okay, everything's ready, set, go, and flash, and down to the bottom. Bam, that would be like impact, follows through, and pow. Did we get 3 that time? No, we still got 2. I stopped counting for you. Sorry about that. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. I would love to get 3 here. Top of the swing. Ready, set, go, and flash. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da! There we go. So we have our multiple exposure. Oops. Sorry about that. There we go. In the dark, I'm trying to find the buttons on the back of the camera. Very cool. I like it. It's kind of neat. So that is a great way to make like an instructional type thing. Now I'm really going to mess up Haley. Let's turn the ring light on. Yeah. Boy, that's bright, right? Okay, let me borrow your club, lady. So I'm going to have you start. So here's your starting point. All right. On your mark. Step 1, same step to the side. So it's going to be backswing, flash, and flash. But try and make it look. How are you describing the LPGA style? Bam, you're right. Yeah, it's like crazy how they do that. Anyway, try and make it look authentic if you can. I know we don't have a long time to rehearse it and get it, but let's do that. Flash again, and then step and finish high flash. Okay, see how that goes. This ought to be fun. So she's on the same plane of focus as the blue tape marks, her marks there. So she should be sharp, like that as she goes across. The hard part for Haley will be, uh-oh, it's dark. I can't see where I'm going. But hopefully you get the general idea, and I'm pretty sure she'll do a pretty good job of this. So, all right, let's turn off the ring light. Test flash. There it is. Top of the backswing, and ready, set, flash. Step into the next position. Impact. Ready? Boom. There it is. And then step ahead. Aha. Flash. Now our picture came up. We had 8 seconds. That was really good, Haley. Really good. Oh, this is going to look great. But 8 seconds isn't enough, right? 8 seconds isn't enough. So we're going to need a lot more. Because it takes her time to step across and then hit her post. When you're ready in that impact pose, just say ready, and then I'll know you're there. Because the flash, kind of dilates my, affects my iris, so I can't see the next 2 poses very well. So great. 10. Let's go to 13, and let's make it easy on ourselves. 15. Let's see what happens. All right. Test flash. I'm going to close my eyes, actually. Top of the backswing. Ready, set, go, and flash. Tell me when you get to the bottom. Strike a pose. Boom, there it is. On to the next one. All the way up and finish. Pow. There we go. Great. Oh, we had spare time. Oh, nice job, Haley. Nice job. Nice job. There she is. 1, 2, 3. You, young lady, have a pretty nice slow motion swing, I'll tell you. Look at how her backswing, the club shaft, look at the angle of the club shaft. Then on the follow through, the club shaft is exactly the same angle as the backswing. That's pretty good. That is pretty good in the dark. Now, what I'm curious though is it's like we have the club shaft going through your head on the impact shot. So I will trigger the flash just a little bit sooner to try and catch the club in a little higher position. You don't have to change anything. Class, did you hear that? She just continues to do what she's doing over and over. I'll change the picture by merely changing when I do the flash, which sort of answers the question someone asked just a few minutes ago. All right, let's get to the top. She's back in position, top swing, test flash, sorry, test flash. Okay, everything's ready. Top of the swing, ready, set, go, and flash. Good, onto the impact shot, ready, and boom, there it is. And then step side, up, 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 and boom. Ooh, I tried to trigger it sooner. Let's see where we ended up. And we definitely got a few seconds left. Ooh, Haley, that was so good, so close. The club is, it's my fault, right? Notice how I take the rap for the picture. It's not like, oh, Haley, that was lousy, Haley. Why would you do that for? You didn't do it right, right? But never, you know, or here's a classic one. I love this one. When the picture comes up on the back and the photographer goes, oh, that's awful. You know, what does the model, what does the athlete think when you critique your own work and you say it that way? Be careful when you're working. Make sure that it's encouraging always to the athlete. And it's like, ooh, boy, that's so close. I just didn't trigger the flash at the right time again. Let's try last one, then we're going to move on to the LEDs. All right, test flash, pow. Top of the swing, ready, set, go, and flash. And tell me when. Pow, there it is. And all the way up, pow, there it is. Hold still. And the exposure is done. We had lots of time left over. There it is, that girl, bingo. So now the club is, you know, not intersecting with their head. Steve Fine, the photo chief at Sports Illustrated from past years that I would work with, he'd go, you can't have that club intersecting your head like that, right? Now the club is no longer intersecting your head. There's a pretty nice crop right there. Makes a really nice sequential photograph. Good job, Haley. Good job. Good job. Mr. Ring light on. Oh, I was looking right into it. Here we go. Let me borrow this guy. How are we doing on time? What time is it? 6:30. Good. Ooh, you got to get going. All righty. What is it? Camera number one? All right, camera number one. Here are LEDs. They have the Streamlight. It's called a stylus pen light. If you go to my website, www.com, Dave Black Photography. It's just daveblackphotography.com, and go to the gear page, Dave's Gear. To scroll down and under light painting, this pen light is listed. It's the best in the business, I think. It's just like a tap light, or you can actually, you know, of course, screw it all the way in. That's what allows it to stay on the whole time. And they are quad A batteries. Quad A batteries. I didn't even know there was such a thing till I bought the stylus pen light by Streamlight. Okay, there it goes. It's like an advertisement for Streamlight. I don't get anything for it. Okay. Are you represented by Streamlight? No. Okay. So neither of us get any money for it. Okay. Well, we probably don't need 15 seconds, do we? No. See, even Haley knows. She knows this stuff. Back to 6. So back to 6 seconds. We'll keep it at 7-1. And I think I'm going to drop it to, I'm going to go to 8. F8. Because now we got like the LEDs are going to like illuminate things a little bit. And she has a white skirt on it. She's got white shoes. We want to see the shoes a little bit, but not like roaring bright. So she should be in focus, right? She's right back to where she was. Let's keep cooking with gas because we got I want to do a whole bunch of things here. You're doing fantastic. You're doing good. Those are good pictures. I think you're going to like these things. All right, ring light out. Here we go. Wow. That looks bright, doesn't it? Now I'm using the white LEDs, but again, I'm not advertising anything for stylish Streamlight, you know, but they make red and they make blue and they make green, right? Or you could cover them with a gel. You could make it those any color you wanted to. For our purposes tonight, I'm just going to use the white ones, but you can go crazy with it, you know, when you get to do your own shoot. All right, test flash. Actually, no flash. Let's just see what the lights look like here. All righty, we're back to 6 seconds here. Let's go top of the swing. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, very nicely done. Very nicely done. Let's do a shoot. That's a very, very smooth swing. Really nice circular motion. Let's do it again, but instead of starting, show me where your top of your backswing is. Show me where the top is. Okay. Let's stop, right? Let's make that the top of your backswing right now and see what it looks like. Okay, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, finish. Nice. Now I can kind of go back and forth here. Do I like it where the swing lines overlap, or where there's a little break? Look at her swing change. Watch this. There, look at that swing. This swing, she's like trying harder in the sense of, you know, the club is starting, you know, farther over the top, and then it's finishing in a more aggressive manner. And I've learned over the last couple of years when doing golfers, let them relax a little bit and not get into the really deep backswing and the really, you know, cranked around front swing. So let's start the backswing again, and we will start it higher. So a high, there you go. And I'm going to do a test flash, so I leave it at test flash. Nothing, test flash. There we go. Okay, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pow. There we go. Nicely done, Haley. Nicely done. Nicely done. Just so you know, you could do this outside. I mean, you could do this at a golf course. The golf course closed. Go talk to the people at the pro shop. Just say, hey, you know, we want to do a shot with your golf pro. You can have the picture. I just want to try and learn how to do this. Would one of the guys here in the pro shop or the local golf pro, would they, you know, come in and do this? They'll get some nice pictures of themselves, but you know, I just want to learn. And you could get out there and get on the grass and everything and have it look totally authentic and just be out there at night. Out on a golf course, there's usually not a whole lot of extraneous light going around. So yeah, keep that in mind. We're in a studio. which is a great place to learn and to teach and coach. That was excellent, young lady. Absolutely excellent. Let's see here. Let's try this. 5, 4. We're going to pep it up a little bit here. This is a 4-second exposure. So she's going to have to swing the club just a little bit faster. Oh, let's be brave. 3 seconds. 3-second exposure. Let's see what happens this time. Let's see what the golf swing looks like this time. Let's start with our high backswing. Too high. That's too far around. Keep it around. Bring it farther around. There. Your club right now is like perfectly straight up towards the ceiling, like on a straight line. That's perfect. Test flash. Ready, set, 3 seconds, go. 1. Wow, those LEDs really light things up. All of a sudden I thought, I'm going to do 2 shots or 2 flashes, right? So it ends up being this sort of multiple exposure looking type shot. The impact and through. Let's try it again. Living on the edge here. Let's have your club straight up in the air if you can. There you go. Right. Bring it back a little. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Ready, set, go. And around and pow. Great. Oh, Haley. Haley, I'm going to have to start traveling with you as well as Haley here. We'll go on tour doing this, you know. That is a really, really nice swing. All right. Let's see here. Let's, well, okay, I'm going to give you a little test here, Haley. Go fast, go swing and slow it down at the end. And let's see what happens. Don't hurt yourself. Ready, set, go. Swing, flash, good. Interesting. Very interesting. I thought maybe the LED lights would get a little weaker. They'd be a little less bright, so to speak. But they actually maintain. The LEDs are pretty bright. They do a good job. All righty, here's a wild one. Give me 3 just sort of medium tempo practice swings. Just like you were kind of warming up, like the club head. No, actually faster than that. You don't have to have the head get near the ground either. There you go, and another one, a little faster. And another one, swing again, and swing again. There you go. Okay, stop. Well, that's interesting. I just decided to take a picture. Yes, that's a really good question. How did I determine what the power of the flash is?
How are you triggering the shutter? I'm sorry.
Is it a question again?
How are you triggering the flash?
I'm using the test button on the remote of the PhotoSchool. Most flash systems, in fact, all of them really have a test button that you can push and it triggers the flash. So it'll go anytime I want it to go. Typically you'd think of this as rear curtain sync. And I learned early on that it was too difficult to time it that way. You know, like to have a perfectly 5-second swing and then the shutter flash and closes. That's rear curtain sync. Here I can just trigger it whenever I want, whenever I think the swing looks good. Make them faster. I mean, like, let me see a couple of those. Yeah. Right? Okay, don't come back to address the ball. Just swing, 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 swing. Swing, swing, and again, and swing, and swing, and swing. Good, okay. Let's stop. We're gonna do 2 of those, and then I'm gonna fly. You just keep swinging, and when the flash goes off, then you know you're done. Okay, let's start at the top, and go. Swing, and back. And swing, flash, and sorry. Oh, you okay? All right, hold on. Guess what? I should have done a test flash. Test flash. There it is. Okay, my mistake. You're doing great. Okay, here we go. Start at the top of the swing and go. Boom, and one, and back, and two, and flash. That looks cool. That really looks cool. I like it. I like it. It's like the overswings give you like an umbrella of light right over the top of you. I like that. That's one of my favorite ones so far. How much time we got? I'm having too much fun. Can you stay 3 more hours? So how, we've gone about 40 minutes? It's supposed to be an hour, but we do usually end up going slightly over. So let's get to the LEDs. We have 10 minutes, hopefully 15. Let's turn the ring light on. Haley, you're doing great. Do you need anything? Fantastic. Oh, that's okay. Not a problem there. This is a real big brand here. This was my father's club. He was an excellent golfer. Won many tour series. Oh, it's going to be fine. It'll survive. It's a golf club. All right, I am going to put a couple of fresh glow sticks on. So I'm kind of disappear right now, but I can talk. Sometimes you get glow sticks that last for hours, and sometimes you get some that just don't. Typically, if these get hot or warm, then they don't do so well. But I'm going to team these up. I'm going to make these babies bright and get them glowing. We've got green, we got yellow, and I think I got blue. Do I have blue? I do. You know, you've seen them in the stores. You just kind of crack them like that. Don't bend them too far because the liquid can spill out, right, if it breaks. There we go. There's a little blue. Okay. All right, here we go. Put this guy on there. Any more questions while we're kind of getting the club ready? Trial and error. Trial and error. Once you have determined that, you know, on trial and error, make a note of it, because I refer to my Instagram all the time. I'm going to take Haley's mark. And I refer to my own Instagram like tonight, and that gave me the general exposure for these kinds of pictures, because I explain it right on Instagram. If you can't remember what I've done or what I've said, go to Instagram, look back in time, year or two, and you'll see some of these kinds of things with baseball players and golfers and tennis players, etc. Who are yellow ones not doing so good anymore? Let's see what happens. We're getting near the end. We got to get this in. Got our glow sticks. And I'm going to go back to the beginning. We will assume I'm going to go back to, well, our tests earlier showed that we need about 13 seconds. This is a much slower swing, much slower. And I'll leave it at 13 seconds, F8, 1000 ISO. Test flash, nothing, test flash. There it is. And ring light off. Let's go to the top of the swing, and we're back to the beginning now, so to speak. So this is a very slow swing, 13 seconds. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be the impact. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, a little extra there. Okay, you're done. All right, our blue and our purple looks great. Turn on the ring light. Our green and our yellow is faded. Poor little club. Okay, I'll be right back there. All right, let me grab a green and a yellow. We used them. I thought they would last, but they did not. Nothing you can do about it. Got to go grab a couple more. Any other question I can answer while I'm just sort of here? Ask away. And Haley, if you could, are we okay if we go over 5 minutes or 10 minutes? We're good. We're good with it. I don't know who to ask, if that's Samy's or Pete's or who it is. Wow. There we go. All right. So there's green. That on there. And I put these on just with gaffer tape, so the black tape actually blocks the glow from the glow stick, and it that gives it a little bit of the rings of Saturn look, as I call it. If you just put glow sticks right next to each other, I've learned that it just ends up being a solid band of color, and it can be interesting, but I think it's more interesting when you have the little breaks separating the glow sticks a little bit. And I'm using a dark shaft, not a steel shaft or whatever. It's more of black, graphite or whatever. But it looks a little different when you actually have a steel shaft, because it's reflecting off the steel shaft. Doesn't mean it's bad. I just decided tonight to kind of go this route. The hard part is holding a golf club and then taping these things on there. There we go. And I don't... Light painting in general? You mean light painting in general? I use two products kind of in the studio, and you already saw the one. That's the Stylus pen light, right? The Stylus pen light. And then there's, they also make something called a ProTac AA, which is another Streamlight product. And it's very good. It's very bright and makes a good amount of light. Those are my two preferred ones. Now this looks crazy. Dun, da, da, da. There it is. Turn off the ring light for a second. There we go. Wow. Wow. There it is. All righty. Oh, we need to do a portrait of you too. We're going to do a portrait as well. Anyway, let's, yeah, we don't need to do it. Let's walk out here. There's enough light. There you go. Now we should get color all over the place. Choose your own colors, but I just wanted to get a bunch of stuff going there. All right. Test flash. Nothing. Test flash. Pow. There it is. All right. Top of the swing. There we go. Ready, set, go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Flash. Great. Yeah, baby. Good job, Haley. That's a really good swing. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, it's still sharp. Isn't that amazing? You like went right back in. Look at the, that intersection of her, the folds in her shirt and everything. Nice and sharp. That's that. Oh, way to go. You sure you can't stay 3 more hours? Okay. Really enjoying this. Let's try it again. Let's start high. Let's do our high. Yeah. Point it straight towards the ceiling. A little more. There you go. Right there. Right there. And I'm going to go to 10 seconds. Ready, set, go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another good one. Nice job. I love the green going around the outside. Then it's blue and purple on the inside, which kind of matches your outfit a little bit. Green and yellow for golf and so forth. Let's, I'm thinking. Let's do a couple of, okay. sometimes I see the position of the club right where I want it, and she's maybe moving faster than I had thought or had even requested. I've learned to tell classes, if you want the exposure to stop, just put your hand in front of the lens. Isn't that brilliant? Okay, let's do it again, and I'll try and do make the example of it. Test flash. Okay, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flash, and then I cover the lens. In other words, the I saw the club and I thought, oh, I don't want it to intersect necessarily with the flash part. So I flashed it a little early and I just put my hand in front of the lens to stop the exposure. Let's do another one. This ought to be kind of weird looking. Watch this. Start at the top of the swing. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're done? All right. See those breaks? All I did was put my hand in front of the lens. I just went hand in front, 1, hand away, 2, hand in front, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Get it, right? So I can actually speed it up, which is actually kind of neat looking. I've never done one quite that chopped up, but I like it. I'm going to try another one. Start at the top again. Let's see what we got here. Ready, set, test. Oh, sorry, test flash. Okay, ready, set, go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Done. Cool. How much time we got? Minute or two? 7:01? Okay, we're doing good. Let's do, I hope this is making sense. Any questions come in? Okay, let's say again? Good on time. All right. Let's do a couple of, now the LEDs were so bright, Haley, that you could really take like pretty good swings there. We won't be able to do that, not with the glow sticks here, but let's do some kind of swing, 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 and just sort of a moderate kind of swing. And let's just see what you're going to do. Ready, go. Swing, and then come back around, and back around, and flash, and back around, and good. Good. Cool. Nice job. I'm going to be real tough on you right now. Straighten your elbow on that backswing. You ever heard someone say that to you?
Yeah.
Straighten that elbow on that backswing. That was great. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. And I'm going to take it on the backswing now. Doesn't always have to be on the follow through, but I'll remind you about your elbow. Okay. Backswing. Here we go. Let's do this. Let's take a good position here. Straighten that elbow the whole bit. You feel good about it? Ready, set, go. So I flashed first this time and swing back around. Quick, 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 and that's done. Done. Oh. I'm so sorry. I hit the flash, then I triggered the camera. No laughing out there at Samy's, okay? It's dark in here and I made a mistake. Let's try it again, see if I can get it right. But it's easier for her to assume the perfect elbow, the perfect arm position, head position, all that kind of stuff. Test flash, there it is. Ready, set, go, and she goes, and bring it back around again. Around she goes, and stop. Nice. There's that straight arm. I'm no Butch Harmon coach here, you know, but it looks good to me. All right, some rapid swings, like Swing, 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 swing. And I'll just figure out when I want to do the flash. Yep, they get definitely faster. Definitely faster. Go ahead and start doing some of them. Boom, good. And back and forth. And one, and back and forth. And one, and back and forth. And whoop, pow, done. Okay, see what that does. Done. Wow, very interesting. Very good. Very, very, very good. So we did like a double exposure. Actually, it's a single exposure, but we can make it look that way. I love the way the sort of the club comes and stops and records those little lines of color, and then she starts back again. And let's try it again. See if maybe I can. I'll think of something. Ready, set, go, and one, and back, straight, elbow, pow, and fast again, and a fast one. Good for you. Good for you. I could tell the time was getting less and less. so I thought, speed it up. Also very good. Good for you. Good for you. Yes, I have a 24 to 70, a Z, because it's a mirrorless Z7 II. It's a Z24 to 70 f4. It's actually the kit lens that comes with the Z7 II. You can buy it in a kit, and I don't need f2.8, but f4 is fine with me for these kind. I'm going to be I'm at f8 right now. 10 seconds f8 at 1000 ISO. So the kit lenses are really nice. They really, it's a great way to get started, and then you can move on to some other things. Let's see here, young Haley. Start top of the backswing. Start slow, 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 and then I'm sorry. Scratch that. It's fast. Like start with a faster swing, and then slow it down at the end. So just practice. And fast and slow flash. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. All righty. Ready? Oh, test flash. Okay. Ready, set, go. Fast and slow. Pow. Good for you. Good for you. That's okay. It's not going to hurt a thing. There we go. We had tons of time left over. See, somebody asked earlier, now what does it look like now? She went so fast that the brightest glow stick records. So we get the kind of the yellow or the yellowish green there kind of recording. And then as she slowed down, there's more time as it goes slower to record the color. So is it useful? Sure. I think we'd have to work this one a little bit to get kind of a little better grasp of the idea of how fast or how slow to swing at the beginning. Let's try one more, and let's go a little bit slower at the beginning. I know that's hard to kind of probably judge, but ready, set, and go. And now slow flash. Good. And my exposure continued to run for a couple more seconds, and I just covered it with my hand again, just to kind of stop recording. Now we see a little bit on the backside of the swing. See that? She slowed down just enough to where I do see something, and then it goes around. Really glad she wore white shoes. White shoes, pink shoes, light blue, yellow, then we see them. If she has black shoes on, then her feet kind of disappear in the picture because the grids are blocking some of the light down there. But because they're a white shoe, it kind of does it. Oh, one portrait. Okay, let's see here. Turn on the lights. Okay. It's easier to just show you what I'm going to do. You're going to face this way. Face this way. Go grab your club. I got to think this one out for a second. let's have your club and have you look right towards that light. Can you get it back there? Is that comfortable? There you go. Let's go ahead and turn a little bit. I know that's hard to get to your neck. There you go. That little bit, because now I can see your profile real good. I can see your profile real good. And stay there. Let me reset my camera. I think this is the last picture we made, but I think it's worth it. So there's Haley in her pose. In her pose. Let's do this. Let's turn off the ring light. Test flash. And Haley, I'm just gonna see here. Just hold real still. I'm gonna just take a portrait without any of the color at all. So started that, hold still. Good. Can relax. There she is. Just make sure she's pretty sharp. She's pretty sharp, good. All right. Okay. Okay, now, this is really gonna freak you out there. Let's see, press that. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Where is that? Show me the money. There it is. It was what I wanted, okay. I have to talk my way through some of this, you know, this switch. I want a 20-second self timer. That's gonna give me 20 seconds to walk over and I'll actually paint the background in with the club. And then I'm gonna get out of the way and I'm gonna trigger the flash. So that'll be good, okay. Back to square one. I'm gonna give myself 6 seconds to get myself, I don't wanna have to hurry. All righty. Self timer has started. You just hold still, Haley, that's all you gotta do is hold still. Stay there. Hold still. 20 seconds is an eternity here. Hold still. Ready and 1, 2, 3, 4. You're done? You can relax. Now, I didn't plan a very good escape route. Ooh, and I swung the club too fast and I get caught in the picture. Let's try one more. So it's much slower. It's much slower. Okay, same thing. You did great. You did great. You've done great all evening. So I was swinging the club way too fast. Way too fast. 8 seconds. 20 seconds. So I'm going to swing the club around as if she were swinging the club. Move out of the way quickly and hold still. Done. See what we get. You can relax. Oh, why? It had closed. It had closed. Okay. All right, all right, all right. But we're on to it. Can you see the silhouette, everybody? See the silhouette? So it's an 8-second exposure. Remember I said it was trial and error? Somebody asked and it's trial and error. All right, Haley, here we go again. So I need to start counting. It's a 10-second exposure. It looks cool though. It's gonna look really cool. You look great. Ready and still. Still. And out of the way. Okay. We're out of time probably. Are we out of time, Pete? Are you serious? Okay, all right. Well, we need 10 seconds to record enough light there. So there's 15 seconds on the timer. Haley is still in position. It's going to be worth it. Are you on your mark? Yep, right on the mark. She's set. Here we go. I have noticed something about myself, and that's that I will not be denied a really good picture. So, Haley, you're being so patient. You're doing so well tonight, putting up with all of this. But there's some very nice pictures of you. 3, 6, 7. Hard to get out of there. Did I make it? Am I lit up? No? Okay. Oh, good. A little exit, though. I have a little exit there. Well, how much fun is that, though? How much fun is that? Now, I don't know if I should, let's see. Okay. Let's turn on the ring light. I think we've done good. Hopefully that is an example too. It would take what to time it out, an assistant. Oh, sorry. I guess I'm over here. Hi, back. And I think that's where it'd be great. You could, have a friend that comes on the shoot. They just put their hand right in front of the lens. Like as soon as it's like 1, 2, okay, put your hand in front of the lens. And then that stops the recording of the glow sticks, and I could walk away easy and then go, okay, uncover the lens and then flash, right? It's a nice way to do something. It's just trying to think out of the box for everybody. And the idea is just, get out there, set up some, black cloth. There we go. Where'd you get that black cloth? Probably cost you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. No, I went down to like Joann's Cloth World, and it's like for $60, you can get a bolt of this stuff that's like, 100 feet long, or something like that. And I just got spent about $125. You got a bunch of black cloth. It's very lightweight. If I put it in front of a window, I'm going to see the sunlight coming in through it. But when I put it against just a plain old wall, these are white walls in here, and I put it against there, then it's black as can be, right? We don't even have to worry about it. So that's a very inexpensive way, and just sort of drape it across the end of your garage, close the garage door, block the window off, and you've got a pretty large area to do some things. Are there any more questions? I hope this has been helpful to everybody. Let me get Haley and Haley over here. Here they come. All right. We've got all of us. This is the crew. A little round of applause there at Samy's for that. My daughter, Haley. Haley, our athlete. I'm Dave. I hope you have enjoyed this evening.